Hey everybody, aloha. Welcome to our Superfood Transformation Summer Solstice information, share, download, breakdown, deep dive session here. Hey Grace, welcome. I'm just gonna wait for a couple minutes here because I know that there's a bunch of people that want to jump on and get some details, and I'm really excited. I've been loving the live video format. It took me a minute to kind of get comfortable in front of the camera. I've always had like a camera shy kind of part of myself, but I've been growing through that, and I appreciate having an opportunity to share with everybody. So go ahead and invite your friends, and let's make sure that everyone gets in here. So hey Monica, welcome. Hey Lindsay, aloha you guys. Okay, so I'm just gonna get started here because I want to get rolling. I'm excited to share. So my name is Sarah, and I am really beyond excited to be taking a group of people. I think we have at least 30, maybe 40 people ready to go through a process. And what this process is it's really a process that's based on transformation. It's based on moving from one space where many of us may have been for a while. For myself, I know that my life is often, like, I can look back and see places where there was a big shift. There was a big change that happened. Boom. And then things had to integrate, and then they got comfortable again, and then boom, another big change, and then integration and comfort, and then change. So there's this kind of cycle, right? Where we move through elements, through time, through experiences in our lives. And sometimes it can feel intense. It can feel strong, right? And so what I have learned in my own life is that there are things that can help us move through transformation gracefully. And one of the tools that I personally use is I like to do quarterly cleanses. I actually like to cleanse my body because I find that really helps me to have space to meet the challenges and the intensity and the changes, hey Christina, and the changes that are happening in my life. It helps me to meet them with grace. It helps me to clean out kind of all this physical gunk and junk that's accumulated in my body just from living in the world that we live in, being exposed to chemicals and pesticides and air quality. I mean, even if you eat completely clean, you know, we are all exposed to lots of things that we don't want to be living in our body long term, including parasites, toxins, all kinds of stuff. A lot of it's stuck in our fat layer, a lot of it's stuck in our intestinal tract. And so what I find personally is that when I go ahead and take the time to really give to myself in this deeper way, meaning using these very, very, very high quality nutrient, like bioavailable nutrient dense, rich superfoods, and I saturate my body with this for a period of 10 days, embedded in a longer period of daily supplementation and support so that I know that I'm getting what I need. When I go ahead and do that, at least I like to do it quarterly. I like to do it at the change of seasons. So right now we're heading into the summer solstice. We're moving into summer. There's a lot shifting. So I really love to give myself a pause and give myself this opportunity to just flush out a lot of things from my physical body. And what I notice is that when I take the time to do that, hey Danielle, that I'm able to release a lot of things emotionally. I tend to get into anxiety personally, my constitution. Like, I tend to kind of get into this space where I'm like, oh gosh. And when I take the time to reset, to super saturate my body with what I want, what I need, a lot of that calms down for me. There's a lot of ways that, I'll just kind of give you guys a little history of myself in this protocol and what happened for me when I very first started. So about 2.5 years ago, I had been pregnant or nursing for a total of about almost 9 years straight. So I had 3 children right in a row. I had been nursing them, and I was extremely depleted as a mother. And I was totally in denial. I completely did not, I wasn't like, what I really need is like more supplements. I really need some superfoods to help me. I was like, I'm organic. I'm an Ayurvedic practitioner. I've been working with people in the healing arts for 15 years. I'm good. I know how to eat. I know what I need. And it wasn't until my midwife with my third baby actually told me, Mama, I think that you could really use something else. And she handed me some of these superfoods, and I started to incorporate them into my body, into my routine on a daily basis. And I kind of started to notice that I was feeling more stabilized, more calm, more like I had a little bit more what I needed. But it wasn't until I actually did this 10-day transformation, and it is there is a protocol for nursing mamas. There's it can really be modified to fit anybody's needs. But I was just a few months postpartum. I dove in. I did this 10-day transformation, and on day 5, I remember it so clearly that on day 5, I literally woke up, and for the first time in as long as I could remember, I didn't want to just pull the covers back over my head. I don't know if any of you have ever had that experience. Like, you wake up and you're like, oh, like, I just want to stay in bed. Like, I just really don't want this day to, like, I'm not ready for the day to start, right? So I'd been having that feeling for a long time. And on day 5 of my transformation, my first time, I remember waking up, looking outside and saying, oh my gosh, it's a beautiful day. I'm so grateful for this day. And I jumped out of bed. Before I needed to, I woke up early. I went to yoga class, and it was like, there was a part of myself that had been not inside of me. It had been kind of like floating around me that I came back into my body. And it felt like there had been this drought that I had been experiencing for long term, for all those years of pregnancy and birth, and probably even before that, I had been undernourished. And when I started to incorporate these specific superfoods, which are in a lot of ways, a different kind of quality and vibration than what else is available out there, that all started to change for me. And I saw huge leaps and bounds in my life and in my how I was feeling in my body, and how life was responding to me, right? Because when we feel different about things physically, then we can feel differently about them emotionally. And when we change how we're feeling about things, we change what we're doing. And then when we change what we're doing and how we're relating and responding to life, we actually change what we have and what we experience. So it's been an amazing journey for me. It's been 2.5 years. I've taken these products every single day. My husband as well. When we start to run low on them, things can get a little bit like, we start to battle a little bit, like especially these ones, which I'm going to tell you about. These are the ones that we tend to get a little, we start to stash them away. But, it's really been something that has transformed my life on every level, and the life of my family, my children, my baby. I raised him on these. My youngest, because I started using them when he was just so young, that, I really see a difference in how he relates to the world, because he, from such a young age, was getting this quality of nutrition that we often just can't find in the food that's available to us. So, with that all being said, I'm really excited to be here with you all and to be sharing, and we are going to be, so as I said in a post that I made the other day, or this morning, I typically do this 4 times a year. The past equinox, I was actually traveling. I was with my family in South America, and so I skipped that quarter. I didn't do my transformation, and I'm really feeling it right now. I've been feeling this build up in this kind of way that it's been I'm just ready. I have a lot to let go of. I cut my hair off the other day because I was wanting to continue that process in service of letting go, releasing, lightening up, and really stepping into the next level of what I'm here to be doing. And I know that that's why a lot of you are here right now as well. So the protocol that we use is very different from any other cleanse that I've personally ever done, and really anything else out there on the market. It's based on, the foundation of what we do is a daily program that is called Core 3, and it's basically giving us, our bodies, the baseline of nutrients that we need every day, so that no matter what we're doing, if we're eating really, really healthy that day, or if we're like so many of us now running around, a million miles a minute, getting everything done, especially mamas, especially anyone who's working on the hustle. It's draining, and a lot of times our self-care or what we are giving to ourselves is the last thing that we think about. And so with this, there's this beautiful way to be able to just consistently and rhythmically add in everything that we need every day, in a way that is very simple, very, very accessible, very affordable, and that really can stabilize everything. So the first step in that, and basically like what I'm going to break down our 3 main products. These are the foundation of our daily protocol, and they're the foundation of our transformation. So typically what people will do is more of like a 30-day program, which is daily nutrition for most of that time, and then a 10-day period where you are like upping the nutrition, tripling it, and just kind of flying high on superfoods for a while and not depleting your body, which happens typically in like juice fasts and many other cleanses. So step 1, I was talking about these earlier. Step 1 are these amino acids. These are pure protein. When you eat protein, typically your body is able to utilize and process about 30%, and it takes 3 to 4 hours for your body to process and digest that and to actually receive that. If you're eating animal protein and you're eating more than a certain amount a day, it actually will stress your organs and create a lot of acid in your body. So whatever your choices are with food, that's perfect. And whatever your choices are, this is going to up your health. This is pure 99% pre-digested, crystallized protein amino acids. So it's concentrated, and literally these are used in hospitals for people who are in a coma, who are not moving, and their muscles are actually being digested by their body. They're being consumed by their body. And so when you in hospitals, they actually give these to people who are in a coma, and it protects the muscle. It actually will build muscle in your body if you're not moving. And so these amino acids, when you wake up in the morning, you take them first thing, and they go straight into your muscles within 23 minutes. They don't have to go through your organs. They don't go through your digestive tract. They just go straight in, and it's like, my husband, he's kind of like a thin guy. Like he never had, he didn't have to ever like have excess weight on him, but he never had really muscles like that stuck out, right? And so it's been cool to watch him over the past 2 years just incorporate this every day. And literally now he has a 6-pack that he never had even when he was like at his thinnest. He never had that muscle definition. And so same with me, like I'm way more toned than I have been in my life as a mom of 3. And I just feel amazing. So this really gives a ton of energy. It gives you this feeling of power, and it's just beautiful. It's very, very pure, and the vibration is really clean, and they're amazing. So that's step 1. Step number 2, and I'm going to show you guys my little canister here. The company is moving towards totally sustainable packaging. So what you have the option to get is, instead of plastic jars of things, you can get just in this product right now, but you can get these compostable packages, and they're not made out of corn, which is amazing, because most of that compostable packaging that you can find is actually made from GMO corn, which is like not what we're looking to support right now. So they actually created this packaging, which is made out of hemp, bamboo, and tree resin, and can be composted in your compost at home. So this is step number 2, Power Shake. It is a very, very, very dense mineral and vitamin rich, live dehydrated green powder, and it tastes amazing. You don't have to put it in a smoothie. I used to run across that whenever I was trying to get my kids and my family to eat superfoods. I'd have to like hide them with bananas and stuff, and they still wouldn't eat them. And if we didn't have the bananas and the fruit, then I couldn't, then I knew they wouldn't just drink it straight in water. So this has really revolutionized that for our family, because all you need to do is just put it literally in a cup of water and drink it, and it tastes amazing. And my kids love it, and it's really awesome. Oh yeah, Diego's on here. Hey honey, I was just sharing about your 6-pack. He's watching live from the pool with our kids. So the shake basically is, like I said, it's all live dehydrated. They have a proprietary method of processing, of harvesting and processing the elements that are in there, so that you're getting this incredible nutrition that even if you're juicing food that's coming from the store, with all that time that you're spending and all that energy and all that money, you're only utilizing a part of it, and typically it's lost almost all of its vital nutrients in transit and refrigeration. And so this is very, very powerful because they lock in all of the enzymes, all of the nutrients on site when it's harvested, and nothing is lost in transit, and it's actually more bioavailable, more alive than like buying carrots or kale from your store that have been sitting around for a week and don't have any live energy in them anymore. So it's people really, like, when they start to incorporate these into their life, literally will feel the difference. I've seen people stop drinking coffee, like just on the Core 3 in just a few days, just like blow your mind kind of shifts and changes, one of which can be weight loss. It tends to support people who need to lose weight to do that, and who don't need to lose weight to not do that. So it's very adaptogenic in that way. Like, it meets us where we are and supports us to do whatever that we need. So step number 2, shake. It's delicious and awesome. And then step number 3 is this apothecary. Sorry, it's backwards here, but cherry juice is one of the highest ORAC antioxidant products out there. This is concentrated pure cherry juice, and one of the amazing things that it does is that it actually drops us into deeper REM state sleep. It's got naturally occurring melatonin, so while your body is digesting and processing and cleansing at night, your metabolism is the highest at night, because that's when your body's really getting to work to like deal with all the food that you've been eating all day. And so what the cherry juice does is it simultaneously drops your body into a deeper state of rest, so it can do that work better. And it has this incredibly high antioxidant component that supports your body to strip everything out and to eliminate it and to remove it and to process it. So when you wake up in the morning, I know a lot of people who drink this, and it's like the first time in their life that they can remember their dreams, or inflammation has gone down. Like my friend Rebecca, her husband couldn't open a peanut butter jar because he had so much inflammation in his body and was just in pain, and he started drinking just the cherry juice, like without realizing what all the other stuff was. He got the box and was like, busted into the cherry juice, and all of that went away like within a few days. So it's really, really powerful. It's really amazing, and it's all really yummy. So that's the daily protocol, and I highly recommend that before you start your 10-day transformation, you jump in with at least I recommend like 4 or 5 days of just doing the Core 3 once a day, so that you're not just diving in and starting on day 1 with like only superfoods, because that can create like fairly it can bring in some detox responses, and you're flushing things out really fast. So if you start out with a few days of the Core 3, it can really drop you into a more pleasant, more enjoyable, uplifting experience without having to deal with any of that, like headaches and all that, whatever, all those things. We also have an awesome transformation support group that when you purchase, we'll pop you in there, and that's where you can ask questions and get tips and hints, and we're going to have meditations and all kinds of stuff coming in that will support you during this process, so that you can get, if anything does come up, which can happen, you're going to be right there met and supported and have all that extra love to get you through whatever moments might come up. So when you're doing the transformation, it looks like taking these 3 products, plus you're going to have a parasite cleanse, which is awesome because we are all exposed to parasites. We all have them. And so being able to bring in that piece is really powerful. And then it also has an electrolyte supplement, which helps your body stay hydrated and, release. You're also going to eat 3 times a day. You're going to have small portions of fruits and vegetables, flex foods they're called, and that keeps your body in that state of feeling nourished and not like you're trying to like pull everything away. It's really the philosophy behind this is give so much to your body that it just naturally wants to easily release the things that are no longer holding or serving, rather than Some cleanses are kind of like, just strip all that stuff out, like go in there and grab it and rip it away, and it can leave our body kind of like stressed, so that on the other side of the cleanse there can be like a rebound. So so it's all very, very gentle, very nurturing, nourishing, nutrifying, and deeply, 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 deeply transformational. So when you're doing your cleanse, you're going to do 5 aminos first thing in the morning, 2 hours later a shake, 2 hours later aminos, 2 hours later a shake, and on 3 times, so that you're basically taking a month of the core 3 and you're condensing it into 10 days. So you're tripling up, and you're just, if you're on here and this is your first time hearing about Purium, like, we will put you into some groups so you can see some of the testimonials and the experiences. But as you heard from me, like it's like a life transformation. It's so much more than just like, oh, I feel better in my body. It really can move energy in a very, very, very powerful way in all aspects and elements of life. So that's the 10-day. It's a really simple, very accessible. You don't have to juice. You don't have to prepare a lot. It's very, very simple, and simple enough that my 75-year-old mom did it with me the first time, and she continues to do it, and she loves it. And now my dad's taking the core 3, and it's just, really affected our family in a beautiful way. So that's kind of the breakdown of the products. Now I wanted to go a little bit into the company, the mission, and our community, and who we are and what we're doing, and kind of like a little bit of the deeper level here, just for like just a couple minutes, and give you guys the options of how to get started. So Purium is a company that's been around for about almost 25 years. It was started by Dave and Amy, Dave Sandoval and Amy Venner, in the 90s, I think my math is right. And during that time, there was no organic certification. So there was a lot of companies that were saying organic, but they were not actually certified. And Dave and Amy were actually on the forefront, among many, many, many other things, of creating organic certification, because they saw how that word was being manipulated. And so their whole mission, their entire mission, the entire foundation, the reason that this company exists is not actually like for profit. It's for healing. It's a mechanism and a vehicle to bring healing into people's bodies on a deep level. And it's to actually, their main mission is to eradicate GMOs and conventional agriculture and all the destruction that's coming through those avenues into our planet. So that's their reason for being, that's their purpose, and that is what everything that we do is really based on, that foundation of supporting transformation on a global scale. And so one of the things that the company has created, because superfoods and organic food, like I used to work in some different parts of the country that were actually like food deserts, meaning inner cities and places where there was no fresh food, literally, like you could not find fresh fruits and vegetables in these areas. And so there is, I think, in a lot of ways, like this belief that in order to take good care of your body, you have to have a lot of money to afford high quality organic food. Is expensive, right? And so the Purium has really created this way to support their mission of getting this into anybody and everybody's hands by creating this beautiful way for people to actually be able to get their products paid for. And it has helped so many people that I know who normally would not be able to spend this kind of money. They don't have that extra, most people in our country, and really in the world, are in this class of what's known as like the $400 emergency, meaning if there was an emergency, that was going to cost $400, it would be really hard for them to pay for that. And for those of us who are in like the millennial generation, we are the first ones, that we're really the first generation that's looking to make less money than our parents did. So there's this economic, reality that's happening, and so Purium has really created this beautiful way to support people to be able to get these products into their bodies and receive the healing from this plant medicine without having to make tough choices and cut other things out, or like stop paying their car payments or whatever it is, and to really be able to receive the products and get them paid for. So what that looks like is it's very similar to a lot of companies that are switching over to this social capital or the social sharing model. Amazon, Airbnb, Lyft, and Uber are all examples of that. And many of these companies have found that rather than pouring thousands and thousands and millions and billions of dollars into advertising, the best way to support their services and products to get out there in the world is to reward the people who are sharing about them. Meaning, I give you I turn you on to Amazon, and then I get some money that I can spend for that. As a reward, or you have your Uber code and you give it to somebody and then they get a free ride and I get some money from the company, right? So what that looks like with Purium is that every single person who is watching this video right now, live or the replay, someone invited you to watch this, and that person has got a $50 gift card for you, meaning when you buy your products, you're going to get $50 of free superfoods. You're going to get that discount on your first order, which is awesome, right? Because everybody loves to get free stuff, and you're about to get some free stuff. So thank you, Purium. And then the other side of that is so beautiful. It's that so when you actually order your package, you order your products, you will also get some of these $50 gift codes that you can give out to your friends and family. Like I said, I shared with my mom, I shared with a bunch of my Rolfing clients at the beginning. I got my package paid for before it arrived, and that's pretty common, just by inviting people to do a group cleanse just like this. So, if any of you are here watching and you're thinking, oh, that'd be so fun to do this with, my neighbor or that mama friend or, that person from the gym, reach out to them and invite them, because it's really, really fun to have that accountability group and to have that support as a group. And you can just let them know, and then when you share your gift card with them and they order to participate in this, then actually you're going to get from Purium between $50 to $350 every time that somebody shares or that somebody uses your code. And that's amazing. It's very generous of the company to be able to offer this way for us to literally feed ourselves by sharing love with people. And, there is also, for myself, when I first got started with this, I was actually looking for a way to get out of the dollar per hour economy, meaning I was massaging people, I was Rolfing people every day, and I wanted to change that. I wanted to really move into a different model where I could spend more time with my children and travel and not be chained to my massage table until I was 80 years old, which was the future I was looking at. So for me, I kind of approached this as a way to create another income stream in my life as a healthcare professional, as a healing arts practitioner. It's really allowed me to shift the way that I'm doing my work in the world, and freed me up in a powerful way to be with my family more and to be able to start saving money and all these other things. So multiple streams of income are awesome. Most people are creating that in their lives, and this is a really great way to incorporate that as well if it's something that you're looking for. So I'm going to give you guys the breakdown of the packages right now so that you know how to get started. And again, whoever invited you to watch this video, you can reach back out to them and they will help you get, there's some options to customize and things, so we want to make sure that you're getting exactly what is going to work for you. So make sure you reach out to them. They'll give you your gift code and help you get started, and then plug you into all the community support. So the most popular way that people get started is with what's called the Platinum Pack. The Platinum Pack gives you that full protocol, which is what we're going to be basing our transformation off of, is the core 3. So starting for a few days with that, then rolling into the 10-day transformation, and then on the other side, you've got more core 3 to support you and to reintegrating into life. And then, most people choose to stay on that core 3 indefinitely and have that be some of the food that they're eating every day. So the Platinum Pack gives you 60 meals of superfoods, and most people take those in 30 to 40 days, and then it gives you 50 of the gift cards so that you can hand those out to friends, to family, as you're as you're drinking and using this stuff, like, it's pretty crazy how much transformation is visible, and people literally will start to approach you and say, what are you doing? What's that green drink that you're drinking? Like, I see, you posted that on Facebook. Like, what's happening with you? And you can hook them up with the gift cards and then start to get your products paid for. So 40 days of superfoods, 50 gift codes, and there is actually a sale happening right now. It's only the first time that they've done a sale in 2 years. They never do them, but they're kind of just wanting to open it up in a new way. And so there's all packages right now are $24 discounted. So it's basically like you're getting $75 off of your package. So the platinum pack is normally $549, and right now, just until the end of the month, it's going to be $475 for that whole package, and it works out to be like around like $11 a day. So if you think about what you spend $11 on every day, really having this nutrition in your body is very, very, very much well worth it. So that's kind of like the staple. That's the way that most people tend to get started with that. It helps, it's going to help you meet your health goals in the best way. And then for anyone who's a part of in a relationship or married or a couple, and or has a big family, and or is really seeing those gift cards as something that that has caught your attention, and you're like, wow, I could really like see this as something that would match with my lifestyle, and I would love to be able to do that. Then we have a package that's called the Launch Pack. The Launch Pack gives you twice as much product, so it's going to give you basically 120 meals. So if you think about what you spend how much money you spend on 120 meals. So it gives you, 2 of those protocols for 2 different people, or enough food for 1 person for 2 months. And instead, like when I bought that package with my husband, it came with 100 gift cards, but now the company's actually changed that. So they'll give you unlimited gift cards for a full year, which is really, very like, almost like radical, unbelievable that they're doing that, but that's really their commitment to this mission. And so you can share with unlimited people. You're stepping into that frequency of limitlessness, of really, standing in this frequency of like, I'm ready for something to really give and to really change. So the Launch Pack comes with 2 of the 40-day protocols, unlimited gift cards. It's normally $10.49, and right now with everything that's happening, it's going to be $9.75. My brain is trying to do math here. And again, it still works out to be just around $11 per person per day. So those are kind of the main 2 options that we have. There are different other ways that we can customize things, and if you have questions or would like more information, please feel free to reach out directly to me or to whoever shared this video with you and invited you here. And I'm really excited personally. Like, I haven't felt this excited about doing a cleanse in a long time. Like, I'm just like, oh, I'm so ready. I've been traveling for almost 4 months on and off, pretty much straight, and it's been a lot on my body and a lot on my family, and my husband and I are ready to just kind of like take it to the next level together as a couple, and really go deep. So I'm excited for all of you who are going to be joining us, and I look forward to sharing more with you. Thank you so much, you guys. Thanks for being here, everybody. Thanks, Christina and Stephanie and Grace and Jenna and everybody, Danielle. I'm really stoked that y'all are here, and I love you. We'll talk soon. Aloha.